It's really an unjust system where we live in the most wealthy country in the world, and we have this huge poverty gap, and where you can drive a mile and see $1 million homes, and then here 92% of the families are living in poverty.
"51% of students in the United States come from families making $40,000 or less a year. These students face obstacles in their education that students from higher income neighborhoods do not need to worry about." According to the California Department of Education, 26% of economically disadvantaged students met or exceeded standards on the SBAC, compared to 58.5% of not economically disadvantaged students. That's more than double the number of higher income students passing the SBAC than lower income students. This gap in educational opportunity has paralleled the rise of the wealth, beginning in the Industrial Revolution and continuing into the Gilded Age of the late 19th century. The 20th century saw a sharp increase in wealth distribution with the rise of Fortune 500 companies, which in turn amplified the inconsistency in education throughout the country. Districts started using property taxes for additional funding for their schools. Schools in lower income neighborhoods received significantly less funding than schools in higher income neighborhoods. At William C. Overfelt High School, where 92% of students qualify for reduced or free lunches, the administration works to motivate students to think of their futures through the additional struggles they face to achieve economic success.
When you have high concentrations of poverty, you have those things that go along with that, crime, drug use, things like that. And so our students have to come to school knowing that those things exist around them, and they have to be able to see beyond that. And then the school has to help them.
So we have academies here, which I think they told you about. So those academies support students in their own classes. So that's kind of one sort of tutoring support. Like Avid has their own separate Avid class that helps with tutoring, college stuff. We also have City Year. After school, they do tutoring every day from 3:30 to 5.
The obstacles don't end after high school. Students face challenges after they graduate and beyond, especially in college.
Because many of our students' parents did not go to college, they are often the first person in their family to go to college. And that is a very daunting experience if you don't have anybody, a role model or someone to look up to.
My mom still doesn't know what it means to go to college, and I went through it and I got my bachelor's and my master's, and she was just like, oh, okay, yeah, you're in school, right? But I don't think she ever understood the process.
I feel like a fear of mine is not being able to fit into the community, because they are students from all over the state, all over the country.
Students also utilize programs outside of school to help them succeed. Janice Brown, the founder of Sunday Friends, created the program to help tutor students in low-achieving schools to get back on track.
We run a program every Sunday in elementary schools that bring together very low-income families and community volunteers like you. And what we do here that may be different than other programs that work with children and education is we make this family education. So when parents have the experience of getting involved with their children's education, then it becomes part of the family culture and it continues in the homes.
These starting steps taken to level the playing field seem to be working. In 2017, 30% of economically disadvantaged students met or exceeded standards on the SBAC, compared to the 26% 2 years earlier.
Our biggest trend is our college-going population, and it's been a school-wide effort.
If they go to college and then they don't forget where they came from, and they become power brokers in our society, and I mean whether they're running businesses or they're engineers or they're scientists, they can then influence the way our society works.
These power brokers in our society are the ones who can break the cycle of poverty and strengthen the American dream that success is achievable by all.
As a nation, we don't promise equal outcomes, but we were founded on the idea everybody should have equal opportunity to succeed. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from, you can make it. That's an essential promise of America. Where you start should not determine where you end up.
In order to keep this promise to the people of America, we have to put others' needs before our own. By getting involved with local governments, we can try to level the playing field for the school systems by allocating more funds to lower income schools. It is up to us, the future generations of America, to break the cycle of poverty.